How you doing over here? 77 WABC, Frankie Russo, pre-show 111, 112 I mean, sorry. America's Team. You got to click on the America's Team icon. Go to the funding mechanism. We're going to help America's Team help the men and women of the United States Armed Forces fight post-traumatic stress disorder. It's a big problem. It's a problem for the men and women of the United States Armed Forces. They're, according to all reports, they are committing suicides at an alarming rates, like 22 a day. It's crazy. We got to help these people. Without them, Frankie Russo can't be up here at 1 o'clock, 12 o'clock doing his thing. They provide the freedom for us. So we got to give back, okay? Facebook.com/Frankie Russo Show. Click on the America's Team icon. Go there. We got to do this, okay? Help America's Team. Help the men and women of the United States Armed Forces fight post-traumatic stress disorder. That's what I'm talking about. You got to go there. And then, like always, I got my model, and I'm gonna bring in the articles that support this in oil term paper. I'm going to put it in a binder, and I'm going to show the sources of this whole model. Fraudulent selective service card, statistically significant Barack Obama. The memorandum of understanding to the Clinton Foundation. Then you got the Iranian Global Terror Network, which is connected to the Iranian surrogates, and it's connected by the Alevi Foundation to 655th Avenue, and everything just runs. It all connects from Obama to the Clinton Foundation, Hillary Clinton, Bill Clinton, and the Iranian Global Terror Network. It's crazy stuff. I believe this is statistically significant. And next week, I'll bring a binder with all the articles. I'll show you. Law Review Journal articles, court papers, judges' decisions, well-sourced articles, statistically significant. Okay. Now, it was a crazy week. I got so much on my desk over here. So we got this. I'm going to read this thing because it's good. So the Post endorses Donald Trump. According to the New York Post, Donald Trump is full of promise. Trump is a doer. As a businessman, he has created jobs for thousands. He has proven how a private sector can-do approach can rip through government red tape and get things done. These last 10 months, he has ripped through a different morass. The nation's stale, insider-driven politics. And he has done it by appealing to the public's anger at a government that's eternally gridlocked when it comes to serving the people, but always able to deliver for the connected. He has slammed the system from being rigged, and he's right. To those fed up with the rule of lobbyists and an insular political class, to those who have seen their government ignore their needs, seen it continually degrade the quality not just for their economic lives, but of their place in society, Trump offers hope. But then there are those rookie mistakes. Start with the policies that seem made on the fly. Okay, great endorsement. Absolutely, he's a rookie, and he's doing a hell of a job as a rookie, let me tell you. Guy's in first place, 21 states, I got the numbers here, 21 states, 37% popular vote, but his new number now is 40, according to Nate Silver. He hits 40, he's on target. And all his polling, his last 6 states, he's 40 and above. And in some states, he's in the late 40s and 50s. 46% delegates awarded. At least 5% convention delegates are unbound on the first ballot. Here's some statistics for the convention. 57% of convention delegates are unbounded after the first delegate. 81% of convention delegates are bound after the second ballot. And on March 11th, Trump announced the delegate selection team, which is really, he's doing a great job with the delegate selection, but the problem is the delegate allocation. And that's where Paul Manafort steps in. Okay, remember that name, Paul Manafort. Okay? And In addition, I went over some numbers, and I'm going to go back to the article. Now, Cruz walks around saying he won 11 straight campaigns. He didn't. He won 4. From March 22nd till today, he won Utah, Wisconsin, Colorado, which, we stole, and Wyoming. Okay? And Utah we stole too. That was a highly irregular with the online voting and Mitt Romney and the whole thing over there. Now, of Ted Cruz's 11 that he won, 60%, 7 of the 11 are caucuses or conventions. And they've come out with some serious reports. Kansas, Utah, Colorado, and Iowa. Highly irregular. And in Texas, it's my understanding, 600 irregularities with machines where people are voting for Trump and switching to Rubio were reported to the radio station in Texas. Donald Trump won 21 states, 758 delegates, over 8 million votes, almost 2 million more than Cruz. 86% of the 21 states that Donald Trump won were primaries, and only 4 were primaries under Cruz, because it's a joke what's going on with Cruz. And only 14%, 3 caucuses he won, Donald Trump. So that's where we're at. And before I get back to this article, the endorsement of Donald Trump by the New York Post, I just want everybody to understand. The 19th to the 26th, we're looking at over 260 delegates. Donald Trump could conceivably get about 200. They're looking at him getting 90 and up on the New York, that's almost 100. And Connecticut, he gets over 50, that's 28, that's 123 delegates right there. 6 straight states he's going to win. 6 straight states, Donald Trump. And then we got Indiana, May 3rd. So we got to watch this. Donald Trump by May 3rd could have 950 delegates. Now, the second paragraph was really interesting in this endorsement to Donald Trump. Now, pulling U.S. troops out of Japan and South Korea and pushing both countries to go nuclear to defend themselves is not remotely a good idea. According to the New York Post, American commitments may need rethinking, but careful rethinking. Yes, controlling the border is one of Washington's fundamental duties. But build the wall is far too simplistic, a policy for a nation of immigrants. By all means, get the best trade deals for America, Donald Trump. But remember that trade means cheaper goods for the less well-off and challenge U.S. industries to improve. Trump's language, too, has too often been amateurish and divisive and downright coarse. But what else to expect from someone who has never been a professional politician and reflects common man passions? That's good? Yeah?
And then the last paragraph.
And then the last paragraph, I needed. It's what, 12 o'clock at night. It's indeed. His political incorrectness is one of his greatest attractions. It proves he's not one of them, meaning the establishment, meaning Cruz, meaning Rubio, meaning Bush, meaning Rove, meaning Fox News, meaning CNN, meaning the media elites. Trump's challenging the victim culture that has turned into a victimizing culture. In the general election, we'd expect Trump to stay true to his voters while reaching out to those who haven't won yet. I'm reading right from the article. Trump is now an imperfect messenger carrying a vital message. But it reflects the best of New York values and offers the best hope for all Americans who rightly feel betrayed by the political class. He has the potential, the skills, the know-how, the values to live up to his campaign slogan to make America great again. For those reasons, the Post today endorses Donald Trump in the Republican primary. That's what I'm talking about.
You need to read the first paragraph.
So I'm not too hot on the second one, though. You know, why don't I read something from his Wall Street Journal article, maybe?
Okay. Well, you don't like the second one.
No, because it attacks him. You know, he's attacked all the time, bro.
This is very good. This is very important.
Is it?
Yeah.
Donald Trump is a rookie candidate, a potential superstar of vast promise. See, this is what we should put.
You like that one?
Yeah, but making rookie mistakes. People know that.
All right.
The nominee Republicans need for the fall campaign is often hard to make out amid his improvisations and too harsh replies to his critics. New York is vote Tuesday. New York is vote Tuesday. What to do? Here's how we see it. Should he win the nomination, we expect Trump to pivot, not just on the issues, but in his manner. The post-pivot, Trump needs to be more presidential, better informed on policy, more self-disciplined, and less thin-skinned. Yet the promise is clearly there in the rookie who is, after all, leading the field as the finals near. Trump has electrified the public, drawing millions of new voters to the polls and inspiring people who have given up on ever again having a candidate who would fight for them. That's the work of the Donald Trump we know, a New Yorker born and bred, a plain-talking entrepreneur with outer-borough common sense sensibilities. That's a great opening.
No, that's good.
I'm going to skip the second paragraph.
I got it.
That's a great opening, bro.
Okay, I'll rewrite that. Okay, all right. That's good.
So that's that. So then we got Fox News, budget cuts for the Marine Corps. No? Insurers warn losses from Obamacare are unsustainable. What do you think of that one? Children illegally crossing the border, 1,200%. The wheels of justice grinding. This is a Weekly Standard article. The wheels of justice grinding against Hillary Clinton. Would you come down to the Hillary Clinton email scandal is likely a matter of political preference? Forget this one. Cruz will take money from anybody. GOP primary. This is a good one? Might be, right? I got a better one.
Right.
GOP primary. Cruz doesn't care where the money comes from, even as his campaign has pushed a populist message and has rallied against Wall Street or whatever. The Texas governor indicated that he is not beneath accepting donations from anybody, including from members of financial industry, which has already contributed $12 million to his campaign. I got another one. I'm gonna look for that. Who's got plutonium is popping up? U.S. researchers see more signs North Korea is producing plutonium. Golden State, California, top 1% pays 45% in taxes. Facebook, employees asked Mark Zuckerman if they should try to stop Donald Trump presidency.
I kind of like that.
It's a little different, right?
Yeah. So we don't. Like that one. Okay.
Here's another one.
Are you going to print them out, or you just be able to go to?
Yeah, I'm going to print them out after. Facebook denies that it would ever try to influence the election.
Facebook. Okay. That's a definite. Facebook. Okay. Three more. Good.
Why the GOP can't take the nomination from Trump? It is me, or does the argument that the Republican nomination can be taken from at a contention almost make no sense? It's not that it would be unfeasible for Cruz or some other candidate to win a majority of delegates after the first ballot is cast at the convention. If anything, it seems more likely that Cruz, given his shrewdness, whatever, his ability to steal, he would pull it off early in the second ballot. However, if Trump arrives in Cleveland having won the most votes, the most contests, the most delegates, all of which is very likely, depriving him of the nomination would be an unprecedented move in the modern political history. So I don't know. This is a CBS editorial. What do you think? Forget it, right?
Facebook one is very good.
Yeah, right. Interview, Palin says, Sarah Palin warns voters should decide on the election, not the GOP establishment.
Would be nice.
Palin says voters won't stand for it if GOP power brokers try to take the nomination away from Trump. Voters will rise up. Voters will rise up in opposition if Republican brokers try to take the president's nomination away from Trump. Cruz is not in the picture here. Cruz is taking it too, because Cruz is going to be eliminated. Louisiana delegates say, lash out, we're not with Cruz.
Oh, I like that.
They said, unbound delegates in Louisiana are fuming over media reports they decided to back Ted Cruz over Trump, calling them untrue. Trump edge on Cruz, and those delegates are staying with Trump. That's what they're saying.
I like that.
Okay.
That's good.
Breitbart. Colorado volunteers, ballot errors hurt Trump delegate candidates could have violated state rules. I have a better article on this.
Okay.
Volunteers at the Colorado Republican Assembly are coming forward with evidence to indicate their state's delegate selection process was riddled with errors that disadvantaged some Trump supporters who are running to become national delegates. That's not the best one I have on this thing.
Do better.
Yeah. I got more. Fox News, all your money. Oh yeah, all your money. Here's one. It's all your money. U.S. aiding business startups for illegal aliens. Read the fine print on a Small Business Administration's website. You'll find that the agency doesn't provide funds to start or grow a small business, the engine of the American economy, providing roughly 3/4 of all new jobs. Rather, the SBA offers loan guarantees to banks and lenders that do provide seed money. So it might come as a surprise to American entrepreneurs there is at least one group to whom the federal government is providing direct assistance for business startups, illegal aliens. Forget it, right? All right.
Got a little too wordy.
Yeah. Okay. The Organization of Islamic Cooperation in Istanbul, leaders of Muslim countries are gathered to address issues as terrorism. April 14th, Zarif, Saudi Arabia. Forget this, right? Not enough time.
Facebook and Louisiana are really good.
Okay. I got more. It's no wonder fed up Connecticut voters are turning to Trump. Instead of asking residents not to vote for Trump during Connecticut's primary, perhaps its critics should step back and try to understand why people vote for Trump in the first place. What do you think?
I think the editorial really says it all.
It does.
Um,
Let me ask America a question, says Donald Trump. Wall Street Journal. Okay. Let me ask America a question. How has the system been working for you and your family? I, for one, am not interested in defending a system that for decades has served the interests of political parties at the expense of people. Members of the country, the consultants, the pollsters, the politicians, the pundits, and the special interests grow rich and powerful while the Americans grow poorer and more isolated. No one forced anyone to cancel the vote in Colorado. Political insiders made a choice to cancel it, and it was the wrong choice. Responsible leaders should be shocked by the idea that party officials can simply cancel elections in America if they don't like what the voters may decide. They were polled. He was going to get like 50+%, Trump. The only antidote to decades of ruinous rule by a small handful of elites is a bold infusion of popular will. On every major issue affecting this country, the people are right and the governing elite are wrong. The elites are wrong on taxes, on the size of government, on trade, on immigration, on foreign policy. Why should we trust the people who have made every wrong decision to substitute their will for America's will in this presidential year? Here's where I part ways with Senator Cruz. Cruz has toured the country bragging about his voterless victory in Colorado. For a man who styles himself as a warrior against the establishment, you wouldn't know it from his list of donors and endorsers. You'd think he would be demanding a vote for the Coloradians. Instead, Mr. Cruz is celebrating their disenfranchisement. Great point. No? Likewise, Mr. Cruz loudly boasts every time party insiders disenfranchise voters in a congressional district by appointing delegates who will vote the opposite of the expressed will of the people who vote in the district. That's because Mr. Cruz has no democratic path to the nomination. He has been mathematically eliminated by voters. Very close. While I'm self-funding, Mr. Cruz rakes in millions from special interests, yet despite his financial advantage, Mr. Cruz has won only 3 primaries outside his home state and trails by 2 million votes, a gap that will soon expand even wider. Mr. Cruz loses when people actually get to cast votes. Voter disenfranchisement is not merely part of the Cruz strategy, it is the Cruz strategy. Wow, that's a great point. The great irony of this campaign is the Washington cartel that Mr. Cruz rails against is the very group he's relying upon in his voter nullification scheme. Wow. My campaign strategy is to win with voters. Ted Cruz's strategy is to win despite them. Wow. What we're seeing now is not a proper use of the rules, but a flagrant abuse of the rules. Delegates are supposed to reflect the decisions of voters, but the system is being rigged by party operatives with double agent delegates who reject the decision of voters. The American people can have no faith in such a system. It must be reformed. Just as I have said, I will reform our unfair trade, immigration, economic policies that have also rigged against Americans. I too will work closely with the chairman of the RNC and top GOP officials to reform our election policies. Together we will restore the faith, the franchise of the American people. We must leave no doubt that voters, not donors, choose a nominee. How have we gotten to the point where politicians defend a rigged delegate selection process with more passion than they have ever defended American borders? Perhaps it is because politicians care more about securing their private club than about securing their country. Great point. My campaign will, of course, battle for every last delegate. We will work within the system that exists now while fighting to have it reformed in the future. But we will do it the right way. My campaign will seek maximum transparency, maximum representation, and maximum voter participation. We will run a campaign based on empowering voters, not sidelining them. Let us take an inspiration from patriotic Colorado citizens who have banded together in protest. Let us make Colorado a rallying cry on behalf of all of the forgotten people whose desperate pleas have for decades fallen on deaf ears and closed eyes of our rulers in D.C. The political insiders have now had their way for a long time. Let 2016 be remembered as the year the American people finally got theirs.
I like it, but it's long.
Yeah.
So I did not like it.
So that's where I'm at with that one. Okay. Trump's insights on the march. Trump on track to get 1,300 by June, ending all talk of contested convention. What do you think? Trump aide Manafort says Cruz is using Gestapo tactics. Colorado GOP.
I think California is going to be.
Yeah, it's gonna be the war.
Yeah, that's going to be.
That's gonna be a war. I agree with you. Cruz outmuscles Republican rivals to win most Colorado delegates. Trump team vows to win delegate majority as rivals prepare for open convention. Law Senate issues threat for Cruz to quit by the 17th. Admit you're a fraud, we'll expose you. And we have a Colorado Cruz GOPE backfire. The guy burned the registration. We did it, and they had the tweet. They tweeted on the Colorado GOP. We did it. Never Trump.
Do you have Indiana has already decided?
No, I'm going to get that one.
Okay, that's.
I got to get that one. Put that. Okay.
All right, I wrote it down.
Okay, good. The Trump team vows to win the majority. Okay. I got another article. GOP. The USA Today. Donald Trump interviews election. Rand Paul VP. Facebook erupts in anger with Ted Cruz after Colorado. FB users marched to Ted Cruz page by thousands to express near unanimous anger in the aftermath of the Colorado GOP.
I like their Facebook employees. That was.
The victims illegal alien crime sham Colorado, turning into third world tyranny. National Border Patrol Council voters disenfranchised, protect GOP establishment. The Prince Alawid, bin Alawid, it's taken $32 billion to promote Islam in America. You believe that? Massive Colorado demonstration. Syrian refugees are in the United States already. Bombshell report, Berlin lost to Arab Klans. Agency encourages illegal immigrant theft of social security numbers. Undocumented immigrants deportation over rape. Iranian deal nuclear weapons. Iran blocks Congress nuclear. Ice Cube endorses Donald Trump. The rapper Ice Cube. Peabody Coal goes bankrupt.
Who went back?
The company Peabody, the coal company, coal, goes bankrupt. Anti-Trump RNC delegate says shell vote. That's bullshit. 60 minutes to have all that declassifications telling.
Okay.
Wait. We're almost done. Trump can win. Oh, here's one. They're claiming that Trump can win with 1,100 delegates. The RNC predicts Trump can win with 11 delegates. 1,100 delegates. Yeah. That's been reported by the Washington Examiner, which is not a Trump paper.
Okay, well, the number is really half the delegates plus one
Right.
means you win.
But that's 1237.
Right, so he'd be shy still.
Right. Where the fuck is that Colorado, that Denver article I wanted?
Okay, it's almost 20 past.
All right, so I gotta get 2 articles and I'm done.
All right.
2 articles and I'm done. Let me see what this is. Is this it? This might be it. No. Colorado, let me just do Colorado demonstration and Colorado demonstration. Denver Post, I think it was. Denver Post. GOP. Colorado GOP demonstration. Colorado Republicans cancel vote. Here it is. No. I can't find the article.
All right, the Indiana one.
Yeah, I'll do the Indiana one in a second. Let me see if I can find it.
All right.
Just give me, I got 2 minutes. I can get this done. Stop the steal. Disenfranchisement. I had it. It was great. It was a great article right from the Denver Post. Colorado GOP convention. Disenfranchisement. Maybe this is it. This might be it.
Okay.
Colorado GOP plundered on 2016 presidential caucus. The Colorado Republican GOP's decision last summer to jettison a presidential poll at its caucus on Tuesday. Wait, this is in February, though. No, that's not it. I thought it was. Republicans made big mistake in abandoning presidential tally. What's the Indiana now? Indiana GOP
Pick
delegates.
right.
Pick delegates.
All right.
Already. Indiana GOP names delegates to Republican National Convention. Oh my God. Several delegates have already expressed reservations about supporting Trump. You believe this?
Oh, yeah, that's the big story.
That's crazy.
All right, end the podcast.
Okay. Frankie Russo show. We're getting out of here. Unbelievable, man. There's so much information. I can't keep up with it. Okay. You got to go to America's Team, Facebook.com/America's Team. Well, Facebook.com/Frankie Russo Show. Click on the America's Team icon and go to the funding. We've got to help America's Team, help the men and women of the United States Armed Forces fight post-traumatic stress disorder. Frankie Russo Show, pre-show number 112. Check it out. Yeah, yeah. What a crazy stuff, man. Wow.
Okay.